Hey guys, Ed from Paranormal Link, Ohio, back at it again with another podcast episode. Tonight's podcast episode is about one of the most haunted dolls in the world, Robert the Doll. Okay, so I found all my stuff online and through books and everything for Robert the Doll, and now I'm just going to read from there as we go. People would agree is true about Robert the Doll. He's terrifying. Ostensibly a little boy in a sailor suit. His careworn face is only vaguely human. His nub of a nose looks like a pair of pinholes. He is covered in brown nicks like scars. His eyes are beady and black. He wears a malevolent smirk, claps in his lap. He's holding his own toy, a dog with a garish, popping eyes and a too big tongue lolling crazily out its mouth. Here are some other things that people also agree is true about Robert: that he's haunted and that he has caused car accidents, broken bones, job loss, divorce, and cornucopia of other misfortunes. Robert is now 117 years old and lives in the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, in a new display case which was recently donated by someone who is a fan of Robert's, says Corey Convieto, curator of the museum. But the comfortable new digs, complete with humidity control and UV filtering glass to preserve the artifact, do not seem to have reformed Robert the... Sorry guys, I am out here in this trail again that I told you guys that was haunted. I've been investigating it for a lot of days, and I'm out here again, and the mosquitoes are insane. So if you hear me go crazy, it's because of the mosquitoes. The museum still gets regular reports of evils attributed to the doll. Before Robert came to the museum in 1994, he was the property of Robert Eugene Otto, an eccentric artist and member of a prominent Key West family. Yes, the doll and the owner had the same name, but the boy answered to Gene. Robert was a childhood birthday gift from Otto's grandfather, who bought the doll during a trip to Germany. Otto's relationship with the doll continued into adulthood. What people really remember is what they would probably term as an unhealthy relationship with the doll, says the Converito. God, I can't even talk, guys. Converito. He brought it everywhere. He talked about it in the first person as if he weren't a doll. He was. Robert, as is a live entity. After some digging, the museum traced Robert's origins to the Steiff Company, the same toy maker that first manufactured a teddy bear in honor of Theodore Roosevelt. Robert was most likely never intended to be sold as a toy. A Steiff historian told the museum that Robert was probably part of the set fabricated for a window display of clowns or jesters. Which is kind of adorable, says Carvito, especially with the impish behavior. It kind of suits his personality really well. Robert's little sailor suit was not supplied by the company. It was probably an outfit that Otto himself wore as a child. According to the legend, young Otto began to blame mishaps on the doll. While he could have been laughed off as childish storytelling, adults also started noticing odd occurrences, especially as Otto and Robert grew older as an adult. Otto lived in a stately home he called the Artist House, where Robert could be seen positioned at the upstairs window. School children swore that he would appear and disappear and reappear, and they avoided the house. It is starting to rain, guys. Merle Router purchased the Artist House after Otto's death in 1974, and also became Robert's new caretaker. Footsteps in the attic and giggling, some claimed Robert's expressions changed when anyone badmouthed Otto in his presence. Router said Robert would move around the house on his own, and after 20 years of antics, she donated him to the museum. But upon his arrival to the museum would go on to say that he would start doing things to the visitors. If visitors would take his picture without asking, bad things would happen. People would get in car accidents. People would lose jobs. People would die. There was a few reported of deaths by car accidents. Robert did not like to be mocked. if you asked him to take a picture, and if they said he said no, and you took it anyways, you're up. You're going to, something bad's going to happen. Same thing if you would just take it randomly without letting Robert know. So Robert still sits in the museum to this day, and he still causes so much havoc if you don't respect his wishes. Thank you guys oh so very much for checking out this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love doing it for you. I love haunted artifacts. You know I have haunted dolls myself. And I will see you on the next one. It is starting to rain really hard now. So, and I'm back in these trails. So this is going to be fun, guys. All right, guys. I hope you'll hear from me tomorrow night. Bye, everyone.